Happy Friday, everyone. It is January the 7th, just after 8:30 p.m. and outside right now it's a very chilly -9 degrees Celsius. And I should know I just came from outside. And if you were watching the Ken Continuums live stream, you would have seen yours truly make an appearance as he was making his way south down Church Street. We met a little bit north of Church and Wellesley. We were going in opposite directions, and no, that was not planned. But yeah, that's what I was doing just before this stream, and I see a lot of people in the chat, and holy cow, we are already at 163 people for a home stream. Thanks for joining in, guys. I see Rachel, Bevy, Green NYC, Vivian Johnson, Deborah, Harjat, Jeanette Morales, Marie Palmer, Brad Palmer, Kathleen, Chris, Chesty Alley Cat, Estelle, Dave and Banker, Maine. Chuck Diamond is here. Long time no see. Alex Gets Around T.O., Connie Lou, Joseph, and Harjat, and I can't just read everyone's name, so thank you for joining in on this Friday night. Right now, this was actually filmed this morning. I got up, I did the premiere, so that's where we play a video on the channel, we all kind of hang out together. And then I went out and I had some errands to do, and I also had a viewer request. So I was in Riverdale, and I was there to take care of a personal errand and record a video that was requested by a channel member, and I needed some extra footage for tonight's live stream, so that's what we're watching right now. What happened was 2 days ago, Black Box, $5. Here's Johnny. Thank you,
Johnny.
Oh, sorry, I talked over the voice there, but thank you, Black Box 863 for the $5. So I live streamed on Tuesday, and I had this plan to walk through Leaside and Thorncliffe Park on Wednesday and record my walk there, which I did. Chuck Diamond, holy shit. Thank you, Chuck Diamond. We're going to let this one play, but missed you at Christmas. That's a monster super chat. Thank you, Chuck Diamond, for the $50. And I'll get back to my story as soon as my auto mod reads the message. And in the meantime, we'll open up a stout crooked nose. This was brewed by Cameron's in...
Missed you at Christmas.
There we go. Fabulous Oakville, Ontario. So Wednesday, my plan was to double up and record my walk to Thorncliffe Park, and then I got my booster, and then I was going to live stream after that. But little did I know that booster would take almost 2 hours. Thorncliffe Park is... They just book way too many people than they can handle. I don't know. The other places I went, like I went to the hangar before, and it was a fantastic experience. But Thorncliffe Park, I was just standing there. They don't even give you a place to sit. You're just standing there in 3 separate lines, slogging through it. So I felt like garbage after that, and it was kind of rainy, so I decided not to stream. And then we just got hit, or rather, I got hit by like massive fatigue from the booster. Like, I had no energy for the rest of the day or the day after. My left arm was so sore I could barely move it. Total opposite experience from the previous shot where I felt nothing. So I was thinking Friday night maybe we should go out and stream, and I was gonna go out and stream tonight. Black Box 863, $50 late Christmas present. Black Box, thank you so much for that. Wow. Black Box and Chuck D bringing it. Black Box, this is your second one. So I was thinking Friday night, I'm not going to feel like streaming.
Late Christmas present.
You know, I felt so tired, and right now I'm walking north up Broadview Avenue, and I think I'm going to dip down and we're going to check out the ice rinks. So let me... Okay, I'll just explain that part, and then I'll explain how these videos are going to work. So I anticipated... Normally I live stream on Friday outside, but I anticipated I'm still going to be tired. I'm still going to feel like shit. So let's do a home stream. And that's why I started gathering footage for this yesterday. But when I woke up, I felt kind of great. So I was thinking of not doing the home stream and going out and streaming. But then it was like -8, -9. And I saw that Ken was out streaming. So I kind of had second thoughts about the whole thing. So here we are together having a home stream. And these videos, these are like 6 or 7 different videos that I've just slapped together. Most of them were recorded this morning out in the freezing cold. Kind of going into the subway station, and then there's a walk along Danforth, and then there's a subway ride, then there's a walk north up part of Yonge. I pop into a retail store. That's good. I've got some spam coming in. I gotta disable that. Good thing I'm not screen sharing because a text message just popped up. So, yeah, I popped into a store because I had to get a key copied. And then later on, there's a transit video. So there'll be a subway ride and then, or sorry, a streetcar ride. And then I pop into a grocery store. So if you stick around for the stream long enough, you'll see me go grocery shopping at the end of the stream. It's really weird. Not anything I've ever recorded before. I don't normally record in supermarkets, but I had my camera with me and I was looking to create some footage that I could use for this stream. So yeah, we're going to go shopping together at the end of this stream for a few videos. So there's that. So let's get this beer open. I just wanted to set the table for what we'll be watching tonight. It's about 6 or 7 different videos. I recorded about an hour of this morning, in addition to the video I recorded this morning. And then if you were watching Ken's stream, you know I recorded a video tonight and I ran into Ken. So this has been a very, very high mileage, high productive day. And in between all this filming, I built that computer I tried to build on Wednesday, which I had to redo from scratch. I got Windows installed, the AMD drivers, everything. All the RGB is working. I got it synced. Yes, Lisa. I cleaned the case. The case was kind of mucky, and it also had plastic film all over it. So this is probably the most productive day I'm going to have all year. And I still have a video to edit after this. So, yeah. Michelle Briggs says, take us on a grocery haul. So this is there's a couple of skating rinks in Riverdale Park. There's one ice rink where a lot of people play hockey, and then there's a skating trail behind it. So this is the skating trail. It's kind of neat. And I think it has the in-floor, you wouldn't say floor because it's outside, but the in-ground cooling. So even when it goes above 0, I think the ice surface can be maintained. We have a question from the Blader, 2720. How old are you, Johnny? I am all of 41 years old. Hopefully the audio is okay. Let me just test that. Can you guys hear, like, I'm not talking in these videos, so it's really mostly just my feet crunching on salt. But I'm not sure if I should turn that up or not. Yeah, let me turn that volume up just a little bit. So it's a little more, it's normal level. Let's get serious about the like button. 65, 226, 228, and 64. 231, 64. But thank you. Yes, hit the like button if you want. This is going to be pretty informal. We're just hanging out here, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I don't have to answer, but I'll try. Shadowship says I look good for my age. Thank you. And I am rocking a Johnny Strides t-shirt right now. I showed some of my merch on my on my Sunday night Stumble stream. So this is my first time ever wearing it. Yeah, this isn't awkward as hell, is it? I'm trying not to like go back into my green screen. That's why I'm in this awkward lean moment. But yeah, this is you can get this on strideswag.com, not to pimp my own stuff. And there's a link to that in the description of all of my videos. And there's also a link to that to the merch store on my channel itself. And thank you to everyone who has ordered merch. It's been really, really amazing. To see people just kind of take a liking to it. And Bevy, happy birthday the other day. She ordered some on her live stream, so thanks for doing that. And I'm still waiting for my mug. I got my shirt. I got the hoodie I ordered, but where's my mug? Come on, Spring. I'm going to have to call in and complain. Where the heck is my merch? The real man says, nice shirt. Hopefully everything's going well in Quebec. Why do you have 2 black eyes? Oh, someone deleted that message. I haven't been sleeping all that well lately, I guess. I don't know. If I have dark circles in my eyes, that's it. I just haven't had a lot of sleep. But I feel good. I feel full of energy. I had a very productive night. Will Nightbot be making an appearance tonight? Yes, Nightbot will. Is it a big mug? No, it's a normal size mug. You know what? Let me check the shipping. Since I'm not sharing my screen, I can log right into my account here, and I can track where the heck is my mug. Let's go. My purchases. Purchase history. Where's my mug order? My mug order... Did I not order one? I thought I ordered a mug, but it's only... maybe that's why I didn't get the mug. Because it says I didn't order one. Jeanette, $10. I received my Johnny Strides merch a few days ago. I love my shirt and tote bag. Smile. Thank you, Jeanette. I have not seen the tote bag. Is it... I don't know.
I received my Jay's merch a few days ago. I love my shirt and tote bag. Smiley face.
Shit, I hope the tote bag is nice quality. That's one item I haven't seen. I can't... When I order these items and get the samples, I still have to buy them. The only difference is I don't pay... There's a small markup that is my profit. I don't pay that when I order it. So, I'm not rich enough to order one of each, but eventually we'll get it. Johnny, you're crapping on your own merch customer service. No, Terratopia, it's my fault. It looks like I didn't even order a mug. I only have 2 orders sitting here, so... Oops. I thought I had ordered 3, but I'll place an order for a mug after this stream. Well, at least your circles aren't as dark as Louis Rossman's. Didn't he just move to like New Hampshire from New York City? At least he's not much of a merch person. Come on, I've got my own fashion clothing line. Not really. Passing an old Victorian school. I think you guys are about 20 seconds behind me on the stream. I don't know why. It seems extra delayed tonight. But as long as the connection holds up, it's all good. It's all good. It has been a stupidly cold day. But you know what? These are the days where I feel like I have the most energy. Even Ken said he recorded 2 videos before his live stream tonight. The real downer is we can't just go pop into like a Starbucks or Tim Hortons and grab a drink and sit there and warm off and, you know, plan a video and then go out and record the video. So we're back to where we were last winter. It sucks. It really sucks because it just makes you so much more productive when you have that little break. You can grab a lunch, you can grab a coffee, you can warm up and recharge, and then you're ready to go out again and walk through the cold for another hour. I remember the first year I was doing snow walks in Toronto, we didn't have this problem of not being allowed to go somewhere and have a coffee. And I remember doing that many times. I brought my little Microsoft Surface with me, and I would kind of research the next walk to do. It was a lot of fun, but nope, no such luck. So I'm probably just going to be doing about 1 a day right now. TP says too cold to walk outside. Yeah, this morning I think was about -8. So I'm just going to pop into Broadview Station, and then I'm going to record the walk that I have already uploaded, which starts at Broadview Station. So I don't get on the train at Broadview Station. This is kind of, I don't know, misleading. I walk in there, I go down to the platform, and then I switched cameras and I came out and I recorded the requested video, which was through the Plater Estates, I can say that much. And then I ended up at another station, and then I recorded that trip. No, then I decided to fake it. I didn't actually board the train there either. I pulled out my camera and I walked along the Danforth, and we're going to see that walk coming up. And then there's going to be a little subway ride. And then we're going to go into a retail store. And that'll be fun. I had to get some keys copied. Winnipeg is worthy of a few Johnny Strides or maybe Johnny Stumbles videos make more sense. Oh, Winnipeg is Strides worthy. It is not Stumbles material. It is Strides material. Low-key hate Broadview Station. Love the transit connections there, though. I don't mind Broadview. There's a lot of buses that kind of go pretty far to the north that you can take, but I don't mind Broadview. It is what it is. It's a little janky, but it gets the job done, except for when you're streaming there on April Fools and someone follows you in and pops you. That's not so fun. What are your goals for your channels in 2022, says Crispy? I want to get Stumbles well over 10,000 subscribers. Subscribers is like a meaningless metric. Like, actually means nothing, but it's still kind of cool to shoot for. So I want to get that over 10K. I want this channel to sort of hold the course and keep growing at the steady rate that it is. I feel like this channel is probably going to get the least of my effort, or least of my extra effort. Like, I'll put the same amount of effort into this channel in 2022 as I did last year. You know, you only have so much energy and so many hours in a day. But I'm hoping to travel. I said this last year. I was expecting to be traveling by now. I really just don't want to jump through 1,000,001 hoops. I know there's areas like the Caribbean, and there's plenty of places where we can travel. I'm just waiting for things to open up a little more and be a little less annoying. So that, but like I said, I want to grow the Stumbles channel, and I might have another channel, but I can't say anything more than this. It might already be kind of in the way, but that's all I'll say to that. And no, it is not what you're thinking. And no, you could not guess what this channel would be. And no, 80% of you would not be interested in it. But it would take no effort to do, and it would take nothing away from this channel or the Stumbles channel. You need a handful of bougie subs and trons. I don't even know what that means. Turn the volume down on the vid loud. Well, that's a subway train going by. That's going to be loud. If I were recording one of my narrated videos, that would have been the same. But I suppose I can turn it down a pinch. All right, Jeanette, have a good night. Johnny should take up Kung Fu fighting. I don't think if you... Kung Fu would get defeated by just about any other martial arts. So no, I wouldn't. Mox asking if I'm vaxxed. Well, I just got my booster shot 2 days ago, so there's your answer. Trying Strides Zanzibar eye makeup coming soon. I did not know I had these circles under my eyes, because I feel great. This is like the best I've felt in a very long time, so I'm kind of surprised I'm looking all raccoon-eyed, but it is what it is. And I've got a shitload of work to do after this tonight. I want to try to edit the video I recorded tonight to get that up for tomorrow morning instead of this Plater Estates walk. That's more of a Monday morning kind of thing. And I want to get my computer set up. I built a new computer today, and I have some things I want to be doing with it. It's pretty much ready to go, but I'm at least going to put nice hash on it. The plan is for that computer to go to another location where it will be hooked up to the internet, and it'll be doing something, but it'll also be a backup 24/7 live streaming server. So if the live stream on Stumbles goes down, the backup server would automatically, without any intervention from me, kick in and replace that live stream. So for now, that is what the other computer is going to be doing. So I'm not going to be keeping it in my apartment. I don't like to keep anything that expensive in here anyways. So yeah, it's moving to a new home pretty soon. I got prescribed Adderall by accident. Been up for 93 hours. Oh, I remember what I did. I just sat down and plopped my camera on the bench as we wait for the train to arrive. So a little bit of a intermission in the walking. Also lets me stretch out the video kind of easily. Comment Lord, I have done a walk around Vaughan Station. I don't know if booming is the right word. I think desolate might be a bit better. It's like condos and big box stores and fields and streets with no sidewalks. I mean, maybe one day it'll look like more than what it does, but I can't say I'm a fan of that area. But I'll probably go back to check it out just to see what what progress has been made in that area. But it's no secret I'm not a huge fan of suburbia. Never have been. Well, how much like time the video sometimes has from the scroll, I always forget to skip up. Oh, lag time. Carl says my lights are too bright. I think, actually, I don't think it's my lights that are too bright. I've got the text too small on the chat because this left monitor is kind of far away. So, good call on that. I'll increase the font. There we go. Is Toronto safe for travel? I miss it so much. Yeah, it's safe, but there's no point in coming here. Absolutely no point. Wait till you can at least patronize a restaurant. And oh, now we are at Pape Station, I think. So this is Pape. I'm going to head over to Danforth, and then I'm going to walk back to Broadview Station and get on the train. There we go. Yes, Square Boys is on this part of Danforth, a little bit to the east of here. Canada, that sucks. Instead of Louis Vuitton bags, it's going to be Johnny Strides, the next best thing. Oh, I don't think that's going to be a thing. Are you interested in the Mars rovers? I can't say I've been following, to be honest with you. Should I be? That's probably true, Bill Chow. It's just when I watch MMA, nobody has a kung fu background. So that's the basis of why I said that. Have you seen any YouTubers in Toronto? I saw one earlier tonight, actually. I saw Ken, and I saw Jerome Forestwood once while recording the video. I've seen a bunch around here. And now we're walking down a random alley because I decided not to go straight to Danforth. Any plans to visit New York City again? Oh, or you said NY, but yeah, absolutely. Perhaps later this year there'll be another New York trip. Maybe I'll bring my camera this time and make some videos. Little alley walk. That's about it. There's another YouTuber who walks around Toronto who's female. There's a few. There's Boomer Girl Walking. There's Lizzo Out and About with Lizzo C. And there's got to be other ones as well. I am eating these Whippets, but because the box is green, you're just going to see right through it. Coconut with real chocolate. There was likely life on Mars, but it died out before it could evolve. Yeah, I think there was probably some kind of bacterial life all over the universe at some point. I thought if you made videos in the States, you had to pay U.S. taxes. Yeah, there's a... Technically, you do. And technically, every Canadian who is monetized signed a form agreeing not to make videos in the U.S. So there's some stuff that I need to take care of before I do that and look into it. Kevin says, how's the computer build part 2? It's completely done. I posted a community post on the Johnny Stubbles channel showing off the computer. I just want to play with it and get it up and running. I'm not going to hook it up to a monitor. I've already got it on remote desktop, so I'm just going to remote into it from here, but it's in its new home on the other side of the road. G-Core, but the Montreal Legends, it says alley walks are the best. Yeah, I find my metrics, they don't do as well, but it's always fun to incorporate them into your existing walks. Maroof is asking if it's worth it to get the booster shot now. I am not qualified to answer this. But I do think I'm not going to get a fourth one. I mean, I'm already protected against the worst thing possible, and we know it doesn't make you less contagious, so I don't know. We'll cross that bridge later when we get there. But don't ask me for advice on that stuff. Talk to your doc, talk to your loved ones, but not me. My opinion is just that, the opinion of an uneducated person. Just the Alley Cat says you're moving to New York City. Will you be crypto mining with your new computer? You know what, Kevin? Until I move it to its new home, I do have utilities included, so I'm going to install NiceHash. I think it can make about $4 or $5 a day. It's kind of an old GPU in there. It's an RX 570, but it is 8 gigabytes, and it does have a pretty good processor. So I'll run NiceHash all night and see what it gets. New York, no Facebook, please. I don't know what that means. Herman Wang says, good evening, Johnny. Hope you're feeling better. Thank you, Herman. And I missed a super chat from you the other night. Yogi pointed it out. So thank you, Yogi, for pointing it out. And thank you for the super, Herman. Clayton Crawford, I don't know if that's true. Plenty of people from the outside go and do that. Look at all the Twitch streamers that do. Stephen T, I hope so. I mean, I did get it, but I hope... I think Florida is very close to hitting 80% of their population has been infected. Like, that's really fucking shitty on their part, but at the same time, it's awesome because that they might actually get to herd immunity, but I'm not qualified to talk about this stuff. Godwin says $4 to $5 is not worth it if you have to pay hydro. No, it's not, but I don't pay hydro, so... But and I kind of hate my landlord. They're one of those predatory landlords who are trying to evict people and putting in a bunch of pointless renovations just so they can get away with the maximum rent increases possible. And it's like hell living in this building under these owners. So they can suck it. I'll mine some Bitcoin from here if I want. Johnny, which camera do you recommend for beginners under 500, says Comment Lord? Depends. What are you doing? What is your content looking like? If you have a modern, up-to-date smartphone, you might not even need a camera. You might already have the camera. Yeah, G-Corb. Hopefully this summer, Ethereum switches to proof of stake, because I would love to get like a 6900 XT or a 3080 Ti or 3090. Patricia Brooks says her stepdad loves the cookies I'm eating. So I am heading... There's Massini, so we're in Greektown. I'm about to... When I get past Chester, I'll be leaving Greektown, but this is walking west on the south side of Danforth Avenue. Just thought I would pay attention to the video for a second. I'm leaving Toronto for baked apples. And there's Nightbot. Currently -9 right now. Holy shit. Does that coincide with what my weather... Ooh, Nightbot. I have -10 on this weather service that I don't even know what it is. When I made this widget, I just copied and pasted a URL that someone posted on a forum. I don't even know what service this is pulling this from, but -10. Well, this is as cold as it's going to get tonight, and we'll get to -5 at the warmest. Kevin says free electricity douche landlord build a dozen computers and mine away. I've had that thought, but we'll, I could actually, I've got a pretty beefy RTX card in this computer with a 5700G. So I could get both of them mining all night. That'll be, that'll really stick it to them. Yikes, Canadian wind chills are here. You know what, Susan? Tonight wasn't that windy, though. It felt pretty good. Little XO is here. Hello. How are you? Out in Mimico, correct? Shadow Ship says, do I have Discord? No, I don't think I'm big enough to have a Discord. I think Action Kid has a Discord. If you do kind of want to hang out and chat, I have a 24/7 live stream on my second channel, Johnny Stumbles. And you'll often see people from this chat popping in and out. I try to pop in and out throughout the day and just kind of say hi to people. And if I'm like if I have any downtime at home or if I'm editing, I'll put the stream up and I'll try to participate in the chat. But that's really all I have right now. I don't have a Discord, so feel free to head on over there and check that out. Tara says, wasn't it windy for Ken? I don't know, but we must have been outside in different places because I didn't find it that windy. I wasn't even wearing gloves for most of my night. Johnny Strides, do you think 4 gigabyte GPU would be good enough to do 4K editing? Depends on the software. If you're using DaVinci Resolve, not if it's DaVinci Resolve Studio Edition, because that's going to lean heavily on GPU rendering, and it really likes 8 gigs. 6 gigs, depending on what you're doing, is probably fine, but most software, I think 4 to 6 gigs will be fine. Lisa says you need some new vids for the 24/7 stream. Yeah, probably on Monday I'll put together a new playlist. Maybe we'll do a transit theme, but I'll update that. Johnny Strides, when you record in this situation, would you mind to explore Miami Beach? That's from out of nowhere. I don't know. Miami Beach. What beer are you drinking tonight? We're drinking a Cameron's Crooked Nose Stout. All right, Shadow Ship. Have a good night. Do you like homemade Rice Krispie Squares? Does anyone not like those? When was the last time you did a transit video? There's a transit video coming up at the end of this video. So one of the last parts of this will be a streetcar ride. One of the reasons I don't like doing the transit videos is I don't like narrating on transit, just because you're in this enclosed space and everybody within several seats of you can like just hear you talking to yourself about what you're seeing out the window. And I don't really do the non-narrated quiet videos anymore, so that's why there's been less transit stuff. I've just kind of moved away from that. And I used to do them on the Stumbles channel a fair bit, but Deborah, you bought a ZenBook. That's a really neat computer. Congrats. Cookie Dough says, I am the person who screamed, "What's your channel?" LOL. So that was at Orchard View and Duplex Avenue, and you drove by in a car, and it looks like the driver of the car was kind of looking at me, and then you popped out the window. Was that you? How did you know I had a channel? You're enjoying a six-pack, walking on... Oh, I don't even... I'm just reading some of your messages here. Lovely street, not enough snow there. Yeah, we haven't had snow in a while. Well, we did a few nights ago, but it wasn't enough to last, even though it's more than cold enough to keep it around. Do you like onion rings? Who doesn't like onion rings? Carl Fengler says it's -6 where he is. Where is that, Carl Fengler? Happy New Year to the real Gumby. I thought it was going to say the real man, but Happy New Year. Would you recommend buying used GPUs off Facebook Marketplace? Kind of rolling the dice. I think maybe eBay. Don't you at least have some protections on eBay? I don't know. I've only ever bought new GPUs. Have you ever thought about doing voiceovers? No, but a Medic's Mind is a professional voiceover artist, and he's got a new book that just came out. Hope you get 100K in 2022. I hope so too. It's unlikely, but I hope so. Lisa says the city looks like shit in the winter without fresh snow. Yeah, I think the lack of blue skies and all the gray concrete and bare trees and plants, it's just a lot of gray and muted colors and a lot of brown. You really have to be, I would hate to say it, Lisa, on Yonge Street at night with a lot of the retail lights flashing to really feel like you're somewhere special again. Parts of Queen, parts of Bloor, of course, anywhere where there's some vibrancy in life. But yeah, overall, the city, without the snow in the winter, looks kind of bleak. It doesn't have the best color palette, does it? I do like comedy, but not familiar with Daniel Sloss. Sorry about that. When are you going to Markham? I might go up to Unionville at some point, but you heard they're demolishing Centerpoint Mall. Yeah, that news came out yesterday, actually. Kind of funny that I recently did a video at Centerpoint Mall, a place I was very unlikely to go to and record. And yeah, it looks like there's a redevelopment plan for that. At least you don't have slush in Toronto. Yeah, slush is the worst. It requires your boots, unless you want to destroy your shoes, and you just track that shit everywhere, and it gets all over your pants. Yeah, slush sucks. Trisha says 300 watching. Hit the thumbs up button. Yeah. We're about half of what we would have if I was outside live streaming in the cold, but I'll take my warm chair and I'll take this chair and my beer and you guys in this environment any day of the week over that. Not that I won't be out doing that, but I'll take that any day of the week. My eyes look hazel green. I think they're a hazily brown, actually. Do an architectural walk. I've done a lot of my first narrated walks. I focused a lot on the buildings and the history and that kind of thing. I've gotten away from that just because I feel like a broken record when I do that over and over again. But yeah, I mean, that's an idea. There's definitely some gems, like Toronto Street is a gem. And the St. Lawrence neighborhood, especially where old downtown was. The old financial district is certainly full of gems. Hypothetically, if you do this full time, well, that's not hypothetically. I do this full time. Would you ever consider expanding to other cities? I really loved your Niagara Falls video. Yeah, primarily I'm Toronto based, and I think we're very fortunate to have such a big city that gives me so much content on a daily basis. But I would definitely branch out more. Not for any other reason than the current situation sucks and makes it difficult. And I don't have a car, and I don't find the rest of the GTA to be particularly interesting. There are some channels. There's one called Action Cole where he does Mississauga. So we're starting to see some YouTubers out around other parts of the GTA. So it's just a pain in the ass for me to go out there and record a video or two and then come back. I'm literally slogging it like 3-4 hours of the day on transit. So to go somewhere that I'm not all that attracted to begin with. So I tend to stay in Toronto. Clayton Crawford says Hidden Toronto was a real gem. Send me some more Hidden Toronto ideas. Send me some more Hidden Toronto ideas and I can do some more. Lisa sent one. We did just south of Keele and Dundas Street West. There was a place I did. Why not move to Niagara Falls? Why would I move to Niagara Falls? How am I going to do a channel in Niagara Falls? There's like enough there to make 2 videos. nailed it. Yeah, there's some neat nature. There's like the Rattree Marsh in Mississauga that's really cool. There's pockets of it. There's like Streetsville has a really cool kind of old-timey downtown feel. Port Credit does. This is a neat view. If you're ever riding the subway between Broadview and Castle Frank, take a look out the window either direction and you get treated to a ride over the Don Valley. And I think I'm going to turn the camera off here, and then I'm going to turn it back on just as I'm pulling into Bloor-Yonge Station. Just because there's no real point in recording this part of the journey. Susan says the Don Valley parking lot. It seemed to be moving to me. Doesn't look like there's a lot of traffic on it right now. Emma says Niagara Falls, well, it's very boring. They have their appeals, or their appealing parts. It's just boring from a making regular content point of view. But I've got family there. My mom lives there. I don't want to insult where she lives. I think it's a perfect place for someone to go retire. But I can't sustain what I do if I live there. We'll just say that. G-Corp says, any plans to go to Vancouver? Yeah, that would be cool. I have not been to Vancouver in quite a while. How's the city after the so-called lockdown? The quasi-lockdown? Lockdown means different things to different people, but in my opinion, if you can't open your business, it's lockdown, right? It's dead. It feels like a shell of what it was just a week ago. It kind of sucks. You'll see that in my video tomorrow morning. The Bloor Viaduct has a lot of history. Not only does it have a lot of history, there was a wacky proposal to build a bunch of like condos and apartments like nested into it. You want to see the zoo one day? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're allowed to film in the zoo. You thought I was doing a live stream outdoors. Ken did earlier before this. I decided to do this. Taking it easy. So this was all filmed this morning, and now you're referring to it as the shit down. Don't make any sense now. This won't affect the bottom line in the hospitals at all, but it'll fuck up a whole lot of lives. Down. We could say a lot of things about what's happening. Yeah, so I'm about to walk north up to a place to make a copy of keys. I recorded the whole thing, except actually making a copy of keys. I put my camera away just to be a little respectful to the clerk that I was dealing with. Johnny, how'd you get your chair in the train? Wouldn't you like to know? Yeah, Sanjay, I saw that. They can get up to a $10,000 grant, but $10,000 for a business in Toronto is like a week and a half's worth of rent. Like, it's not enough. There's a housing complex in the beaches that looks like a Spanish plaza. Ooh, that's a neat one, Peter. Could you shoot that in an email where that is? That might be neat. Or just leave it in a comment to this video. Suggestion for winter walks: path tunnel from one end to the other. Eaton Center, all 3 levels. Yeah, I recently did the Eaton Center, all 3 levels for Christmas. And yeah, I'll probably go back and do the path. Would you try incorporating some kind of activities rather than walking around? Probably not. This is kind of my thing. Have you done a little India Gerard walk? Yes. The Gerard Street India Bazaar. I've done that several times, actually. I want to do East Chinatown again properly. I did it recently through a live stream, but I haven't done a video capturing it, so maybe if I'm feeling full of energy, I'll keep walking over and I'll make my way over to Little India. Emma, no, I agree with you 100%. John, that's a very scary attitude. Obviously, you're saying that as a joke. Now we're going north up Yonge Street. I'm going to be walking... Should I say it? No, let's not say what store I'm going to. You guys can probably guess. Where do you think I'm going? I'm making a couple of copies of a key. That's why I got off at Bloor-Yonge. This was earlier, either this morning or early afternoon. What store could I be going to? Where can I make copies of key copies? Probably should have gone to like one of those little shoe repair places that is run by a mom and pa type family, and they'll have key copies. But instead, I went to a big mega corporation. But you'll see. Curtis, that's a neat idea. There is a channel called the Toronto Historian, I think. Maybe I could reach out to him. I have thought about doing more collab walks. And I did the one with Armed Transit and Ken, but I need to get out and do some more. Godwin says Canadian Tire. Lisa says Canadian Tire Womp. Clayton Crawford says Canadian Tire. Is it one of those automated key makers? Those exist. Susan says Crappy Tire. Kevin says Canadian Tire. Janet says Walmart. Oh man, if there was a Walmart in this part of Toronto, I think I would move out of Toronto and never admit to having lived there. That would be a very scary dystopian future if there were a Walmart. Deborah says Home Hardware. Ooh. Dude, where's a Home Hardware? All right, Bevy, have a good night. Godwin says Crappy Tire. Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware. Herman, we're a little too downtown for those places. Okay, so you guys figured out where I'm going. I guess I was a little too obvious with that. But I did lower the music down because they were blasting music. And actually in the supermarket, I replaced the music when I went to do my grocery shopping. That's going to come up later. Do not go to the Annex Home Hardware. Isn't that one called like Wiener's Home Hardware or something? It's got a really weird name to it. Pentlands, yeah, I've thought of that stuff. It's just not really my thing, but we'll see. G. Corb owns a Canadian Tire REIT. Boy from New York boycotts Walmart. I was in a Walmart. Didn't buy anything, but I was there on Christmas Eve in Square One Mall. And man, you want to talk about infuriating. You go to that place and it was packed shoulder to shoulder. Half the people had like their mask stuck to their top lip. Like, and yet the problem are the restaurants. Okay, Dougie. Yeah, let's look the other way at what's going on in good old Walmart, where you take 2 steps into the place and you get bowled over by a family of 5 running down the aisle for no reason at all. But yeah, let's take it out on the restaurants. That's where the problem is. Couldn't possibly be anything bad going on in a Walmart during a pandemic. Gotta protect the Walmart. Sorry for my little rant there, but you can tell I'm not a fan of Walmart. Yes, we are in the Canadian Tire, and I'll be going to get my key copies pretty soon. How much do you think 2 copies cost, or it costs to copy just one basic house key? Janet says Scarborough is bad. Fans is live watching my channel. I'll have to go back and see what that was like. Yeah, Emma. Also transit. Let's not forget transit. Godwin says $6. Very close, Godwin. Action BJ says a Johnny rant with a heart. Sean Desmond says $15. Susan 15. Fat Tony 15.99. Where do you guys live? Dibia $20 to copy a key. G Corb. The correct answer is $4.99 plus tax. I get putting $4.99 for the psychology of it on your signs, but why do you got to make your key copy $4.99? Just charge $5. Don't insult me with that. I was like, how much is it to copy a key? And she was like, $4.99. I'm like, who priced this? Nobody is looking up the price of copying a key and seeing $4.99 and being like lured into it over $5. Like, it should be $5. If I were in charge of Canada, I would do what they do in most of the modern world, and I would bake the taxes and everything into the price, and I would ban 99 cents. I don't care if they round it up. Everything ends in 25, 50, 75, or 00. Taxes in. Why are we playing games with prices? Why do people have to do mental or yeah, mental gymnastics just to figure out how much they're paying for something. Just make the price the price. It's ridiculous. And the worst is when you go to a restaurant, you realize like their 15% isn't 15% because it's 15% on top of the tax. And then you're just like, no, you stupid restaurant. I love restaurants. I want to support you, but stop playing these games. Just make the price the price. Is that so hard? Actually, VJ says a second Johnny Rant. Yeah, this is more for Johnny Stumbles. We'll put Johnny Strides in the closet. Bill Chow likes Walmart. Yeah, I don't have anything wrong with the store. I just find that the crowd around you there, not the best behaved bunch of shoppers to be around. Just anecdotal experience. Possibly some bias in there too. First sign the store was exchange refunds. You know, this store, when you exit here, it used to be, I realize I'm watching the delayed stream. It used to be full of self-checkouts, but they got rid of all the self-checkouts, and now it's all like manned cashiers. So that's kind of cool. Does this place have car stuff? Yeah, downstairs they have an automotive section, actually. So yes, there is a pretty extensive automotive place there. And now we're going to go north and we're going to walk up to Rosedale Station. Then I'm going to get on the subway. Home Hardware charges $3 to copy a key. A fancy one or just a regular key is $2. That's a very good price, Maroof. Where is that Home Hardware? Although Lisa was telling us that Home Hardware is not such a good place where she lives. All right, Lisa, I'll have to give that book a look. The real Gumby, yeah, but a lot of it is also at supermarkets. It carries over. It's more than that. Costco has packed salad every day. Doesn't matter which one you go to. Yeah, I imagine IKEA right now is probably the same. But, you know, the problem are the restaurants or the gyms. Okay. Nothing will be worse than a Florida Walmart. What made you decide to do these live stream walks? They're interesting. Someone else was doing them quite successfully, and I kind of got inspired. This whole concept of doing them from home, though, this totally not lazy at all concept is something I brewed up myself, and I kind of like doing it from time to time. Crazy Marcia, my car key is $400 because of the chip. Yeah, car keys are like that. Apparently, Toyota keys have like some vulnerability in them where they're super easy to copy or break into, and Toyota still hasn't addressed it. Johnny, you know how your old videos are really smooth because of the gimbal that you use? I want to do the opposite type of videos where everything is really bouncy and it makes you feel seasick. Stephen T, I believe the Walking Man Dude has a channel for you. Check out the Walking Man Dude. What? I have some of those scammer messages in right now. Walmart is Australia's big W. We don't have a Costco, says John. How did you put in the word old? You never said old? Oh. Farm Boy has some good stuff. Yeah, I'm not a fan of how expensive it is. So we are heading into Rosedale Station, and then I will magically reappear on the subway, popping into Eglinton Station. And that'll be the second time we're in Eglinton Station this walk. How long we're 57 minutes in? So this one, in total, this live stream should go about an hour and 40. And that's when I'm going to end it and start doing some other stuff. You keep getting scammer texts just the past few days. Yeah. I love it how the phone number is always like kind of like yours, but slightly different. That's how you know it's total bullshit. It's like, do people fall for oh, this number's just like mine. It must be something important. Like, why does that work? It must work or they wouldn't do that. What's your favorite part of the city? I've mentioned it before, but probably the annex. You sound much better on the new SM7B. This is the MV7. This is like the USB cousin of the SM7B. A little bit cheaper, but it doesn't require an XLR connection. So it's kind of, to me, the perfect compromise. But yeah, it sounds 1,000 times better than the other mic I was using. Any plans to do Pacific Mall? Maybe. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get to. Target failed in Canada. Yeah, Target's big failure were empty store shelves, and it wasn't Target. When you went there, it felt like a Zellers that was half-assed. Action VJ. Thank you, Oliver. The first few times I used this mic, it didn't sound that great, but I kind of worked on dialing it in. Liz, happy Friday. Like these home streams. Thank you, Liz, for the 279. I'm glad you like the home streams. I
like these home streams.
I like doing these home streams. Headless Chicken, I was not aware that they did that. I remember when Pacific Mall opened, there was also a bowling alley in Markham called Club 300 that has since been abandoned. And Bright Sun Films went. And I remember going to Club 300. I used to bowl when I was a kid. And it was like the big hotshot fancy bowling alley that was like super modern. And now it's just like this abandoned place that's kind of creepy. It's so weird. So, I'm a bit surprised that part of Pacific Mall got torn down. I don't know what that has to do with the bowling alley. It just reminded me of Markham, because those are my memories of Markham. Godwin, here's the 437 area code is not that bad. I imagine once your phone number hits databases and it's been verified that it's a real phone number and that it's yours, I think it's going to be pretty bad. That's why, like, answering those calls is such a mistake, because you're confirming to the computer or the robo-dialer that you're a real person there. Outside's freezing. You don't blame me, says Sean. Only 11 weekends left till spring 2022. That's good. Are we at Eglinton Station? We are, but this is not the one where I go shopping. We're going to go north up Yonge Street to Broadway in Eglinton. The Remington Center never got built. Was that the big mall they were supposed to build across the street from Pacific Mall? Lisa says 416 forever. I have 2 416s and a 647. I actually like my 647 number the best. I do remember my first 416 number, and I was gutted when I moved to Korea and gave it up. It was one of those, like, sweet numbers. It was like, I'm not going to say the first 3 digits, but it ended in, like, 2212. Like, it was pretty sweet. If your voicemail picks it up, does that confirm it? I don't know, Godwin. I know that if you do, though, it confirms it. I hate it when the robo-dialers leave you, like, a split-second voicemail. I hate it when anyone leaves you a voicemail. Like, don't leave people voicemails. It's not the 1910s anymore. But especially when those, like, scam calls, like, you have to listen to it anyways just to delete it, but it's such a waste of time. Oh, I did not know that, Susan. Let me guess, it was 555. That's a standard Hollywood number. You think it's the green screen making my eyes look so bad? You mean the chroma key? I don't think so. It looks fine. I think I've just not slept all that great, and I do have actual dark circles. Let me look into my phone here and find out. Yeah, I look like a friggin' raccoon. Yikes. Oh well. Deborah says her mom leaves her Or at least it says her mom leaves her voicemails and love it. When my mom leaves me voicemails, I give her a heck. I'm like, why are you leaving me voicemails? Just send a message. I got my mom hooked up on WhatsApp. So she's with the program now. She's probably watching now. Hi, Mom. I love you. Send me a message on WhatsApp. Who's screaming? Someone was screaming. For me, Kevin, he just got his booster and he's drinking. I got my booster 2 days ago. Yeah, Godwin, that's a good thing. Whenever they say anything, if you do get them on the line, just ask them, like, okay, and who am I? Oh, you want me to send you a Google Play card? Who needs to send you this? Like, they just... I don't know. I don't know. They're all people overseas in a call center anyways. And we are 1 block away from ending this part of the video, and then we're gonna switch to coming up after this we have a streetcar ride. What's funny is my mom actually just sent me a WhatsApp because I told her to. G Corp says all Taco Bells are closing in Quebec. Au revoir. Why is that? Why are Taco Bells closing in Quebec? And when are you getting rid of that stupid pointless curfew? That is just the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. Why are Taco Bells closing in Quebec? The title of this article is actually Au revoir, Taco Bell's closing all its Quebec locations. That sucks. Lisa says, so less Yonge Street. Yes, this is the end of Yonge Street. And this is the part of Yonge Street that you don't find that offensive. Headless Chicken, even better, is put them on hold and don't come back. Or come back every 10 minutes and tell them you'll just be 1 sec. Kevin says my mom is hip on tech because I set her up with WhatsApp. John Tory called you once telling you... Was that a thing? Did the city of Toronto actually do that? The curfew... The curfew makes no sense. Like, it's literally backed by nothing. If anything, you're just causing people to do all the stuff they're normally going to do at an earlier time, so there's more of them doing it. Isn't that the opposite of what we're trying to do? And in the meantime, you're like, some people live... Not everyone, like, curfew isn't that good, right? Or is fine. Like, some people rent, like, a room in a house with 6 other rooms, and it's full of roommates, and they literally just need a bed to sleep. And now they're forced to be inside, like, living this miserable existence in this tiny space shared with all these strangers they don't like, when they would normally go outside, or they would normally, like, it's just so stupid for so many people. And like anything, it always punishes those on the bottom of the food chain. It always punishes those the most. It's still punishing everybody, regardless of your socioeconomic status. But it's always those in lower income groups that get hit the hardest by all of this shit that's happening. And that's one of many things that bugs me. But I don't know.
If you wish to support the channel, there's links to Patreon
and it's stupid.
And YouTube channel membership in the description.
Most people don't realize that Quebecers were under a 5-month curfew.
Oh,
so they're used to it. They already...
and an Instagram account.
It's kind of like this, right? Once you're beaten over the head with it, you're just supposed to take it. Like, I wish there was like some kind of rally at Queen's Park. Not organizing one because they'll come give me a ticket and arrest me. But if there was one, I'm just saying I would be there, showing my support. The real man says just a bit of tomfoolery. Hell, I would go protest the Quebec curfew from here if I could. G Corp, you would know a lot more about what's going on in Quebec than me. I just see it from the outside. Like, there's not even a shred of data that supports a curfew. And Montreal is such an awesome, awesome city. All right, Brad Palmer, have a good night. Thank you for dropping in. And now we begin, for those saying, why don't you do transit rides anymore? Here's a transit ride. Here's a ride on King Street. Was it actually John Tory, Godwin? Was it like the real John Tory that called you? Lisa, was the mattress not wrapped in anything? That's... I mean, that's something you're sleeping on. That's kind of weird. So this is a view from near the back of the streetcar looking out the north side. So we're looking north on King West. And I'm going to take this to King Station. Boardwalk Brad, all is well.
Please look right for traffic when exiting.
Yogi says I'm on. Is that on Twitch or YouTube? Right on King Street. Oh, look at that. I'm on someone else's stream watching me.
Next stop, Portland Street.
Johnny, don't let the lockdown break you inside. Oh, it's not me I'm worried about. There's a lot of people who are actually affected by this a lot worse than me. For me, it just means months of shitty videos of a depressing city. But for other people, there's real consequences to this.
Please look right for traffic when exiting.
Ryan Rides is live streaming me, live streaming him, watching each other.
Next stop, Spadina Avenue.
What have I done, Clayton Crawford? King doesn't look so bad at this speed. I think King is a pretty good looking street. It's a bit of a hodgepodge in this area particularly, but once you get into the entertainment district, I think it looks pretty good. And as long as there's no glare, I love the streetcar view. I love like the look out the window, even if it's the side of the window or the back of the streetcar, which I think is really cool. The problem is in the winter, there's so much like crap on the glass that it's hard to get like a clean view, like enough that you want to make a whole video out of. So that's one of the hard parts, because I thought about this last year. I'm like, in the winter, make more transit videos. You're sitting inside like a nice comfortable vehicle, but like you so rarely get clean glass in front of you, and sometimes when you do, you've got this nasty glare to contend with. And even if you put like a filter, I have a few filters actually for my camera that cut down on glare. Here's one. Actually, that's my wide angle filter, but even then it's still not perfect. Headless Chicken is going for his booster Sunday. Hopefully he won't be too out of it to work on Monday. Well, good luck. I would have, if that were me, I would have taken Monday off, but everyone reacts differently. But my next day felt like shit after the booster. Lisa says, looks good moving fast. Lex character up close too clean. It certainly feels a bit generic-y / sanitized. But I really like King Street once you go probably west or east of Spadina. Hey, there's where Mountain Equipment Co-op used to be. Yeah, Kevin, I have one. It's I forget. I've got like a whole kit of ND filters, and it came with one. And it works, but it's not perfect. Boardwalk Brad, that would be an idea,
Please
but
look right for traffic when exiting.
who benefits from that? G-Corb, have you done any transit videos? I don't recall seeing them. Is King west of Bathurst? I like it. Some people might say it
Next stop.
doesn't look all that
John
great.
Street.
It certainly kind of lacks the grit that you might expect from a big downtown drag like this. T.O. Steve said his Saturday is a write-off after getting the booster. Yeah. But my first shot kicked my ass. My first shot was AstraZeneca. It kicked my ass pretty good. My arm was sore. I felt bad. And then my second shot was Pfizer, and I felt nothing. Like, my arm wasn't sore at all. Like literally, I wouldn't have known had I not have been there to experience it. And then this Moderna one was a really, really rough day and a half. And then this morning I woke up and I felt great. Like last night I went to bed and I couldn't lay on my side. My arm was so sore. And my head was in such a cloud. I watched a whole bunch of episodes of Succession, but it's like, I think I have to rewatch those. Like I was awake,
University Avenue.
but I'm not sure I could focus on anything. And then today I woke up and I'm like, I felt like $1 million. I'm like, I'm going to go outside and make 1 million videos today and be super productive. So yeah, it took me about a day and a half to get over the second one. Queen has grit. You don't love Queen? It's a photogenic street. Kevin says shame about all the live shows. Yeah, I think that's the industry the hardest hit, especially since they finally started like gearing up for their productions again, and now it's like right back down. And even like stand-up comedians, there's a whole bunch of people getting jerked around here. Brian had the triple crown: AZ, Moderna, Pfizer. In that order, I went AZ, Pfizer, Moderna, and I have a friend who's a doctor who calls it the unlucky jackpot.
Please look right for traffic
But I
when
think
exiting.
that's just tongue-in-cheek. It's actually... The girl at the booster clinic was telling me, like, that's great. I'm like, whatever. It's all the same. Yeah, he is not getting any more shots. When you going to do a Twitch live stream again, says Yogi. You know what? It's about time. But I'm probably just going to game on Twitch. Yeah, I've got another project I'm working on that I'm hoping for a February launch, and you'll see what it is. Bands are having a hard time. Yeah, I know someone who's in my family, actually, who's a Broadway performer in New York City, and they were all excited because last year he was going to be doing a performance in Toronto and staying here for like the whole summer, and he was like talking to me over it at Christmas, and he was all amped up. I'm not going to say his name, but he was on So You Think You Can Dance, and he has, I guess, been out of work this entire time, like just getting jerked around, because even in New York they kind of shut down a lot of the productions, and even when they restarted them they just shut down again. But his whole like trip to Toronto was canceled, as was a lot of his colleagues. And when you're like a Broadway dancer in New York, there's not too many other English speaking theater countries that you're going to get a chance to go work at least at that pay grade, right? There's London, Toronto, I think Chicago. So it's a big deal for them, and like he didn't get to do that, so it sucks. It sucks for anyone who does live performances. But that's just one from my brother's wife's side of the family that happened. I'm just reading some of your chats. Johnny has an entertainment star in the family. What about me, Michelle? Do I not count? Come on, how many of you do we have watching me here? 304 people right now. It was at 333. I think that's the peak. If you do like this kind of stream, I do this every Sunday, although it's a little more interactive. on my other channel, Johnny Stumbles, so you can head over there. But a lot of the people I see here, I also see over there, so it's probably not too much value. Didn't know that. Well, I heard that Independent Mind. I don't think that's 100% yet, but it seems plausible. Season 4 of Cobra Kai was awesome. I have not watched Cobra Kai. Devin, thank you, but nobody would enjoy my company more than Conan O'Brien. Maybe his wife, but nobody else. Vivian Johnson says, is that an ace? I missed the reference. The only industry in the arts. Go. Sorry. Ooh. Sorry, guys. I had something caught in my throat, and I thought I hit the mute button, but apparently I didn't. These whippets is still lingering around. This year in Fantasy Boardwalk, Brad, my team finished 7th in the standings, so I missed the playoffs after winning the championship last year. Yeah, Godwin, maybe, but the views go up because of the lockdown, but the ad revenue goes down. Companies' ad budgets go down, so YouTube ad rates go down. So, like, January is already, it's easily the worst month because all the companies unload in December and November with their ad budgets. Then in January, it's the first year of the first quarter of the calendar year, so no one's spending anything, especially after they went all out in November and December. So, like, my videos now make like a third of what they did in December, and lockdown just makes it more painful. So even if my views triple, the fact that there's a lockdown from me is not that beneficial, just speaking from like a black and white point of view. So it's kind of a wash. I would rather have less viewers, but a more open society, a more normal looking city. I don't know. It is what it is. Whatever it is, we can only do so much, so you need to make the most of it, right? So I'm still going to be out there every day making videos of our now desolate city, and I hope people still enjoy them. Johnny, there's a lot of new edibles coming out this month. I did not know about that, Boardwalk Brad. Headless chicken, that seems to be the idea that they are pushing. So we only have about 19 minutes left in the footage I prepared for this live stream, but we're going to go grocery shopping pretty soon, complete with not the original supermarket music, because I would get a copyright strike if I played that.
Line 1, port finish. Please stand clear of the doors.
Lisa says people, yeah, if you're into like just the architecture and like the cityscapes, I think it's fine. But a lot of people are into like the people watching aspect of it, so for them it's not as fine, and Toronto is like A+ on that front as far as big cities go, so I don't know, it seems to be missing. Andy Mudd, $5. Johnny, do you know if the TTC
Johnny,
plan?
do you know if TTC plans to have Wi-Fi on trains? I know the seasons have.
You know what? Freedom Mobile does have data in the tunnels downtown, and they use a third-party company who has set that up. So in theory, it's plausible to have Wi-Fi in between stations. Sorry, I said in between the tunnels, but I don't actually know, to be honest with you. But thank you for the $5, and that is definitely worth looking up. You know, I could probably ask RM Transit that, or that would be a great question for him as well, because I'm sure he would know about that. But yeah, I mean, it's 2022. We should have Wi-Fi on the trains. Josh says, do you live downtown? No, I'm heading to my home right now, actually. In this video, not right now I am home, but I live in Midtown. ha at that joke. So now we are going north from Queen Station. Now we have magically reappeared on the subway because I cut that part out. Spaghetti and sauce looks like the lockdown item of choice. At least it's not toilet paper. Like, we live in Canada, folks. Even when this whole stupid rush on paper products happened, like the CEOs of all these companies were like, dudes, we've got warehouses full of this shit. We just have to send it to the stores. There's never going to be a shortage of toilet paper in Canada. And what the stupid people do, they saw someone else buying armfuls of it, so they did too. And then we ended up with like no toilet paper. I had coworkers at the time, because we were still working in offices back then, like, who couldn't get toilet paper because people were hoarding it. Like, what a stupid thing. There is cellular reception from Spadina to Bloor Young, and then Shepherd to... Yep. It's spotty, and it's not the fastest. But Bell and Rogers and Telus don't want to have to pay like this third-party company. They want to install their own stuff. And the TTC has an exclusive agreement with a third-party company. And Freedom Mobile has to deal with them. But now Rogers is trying to buy Freedom Mobile, so we'll have to see what happens with that. Thank you, Deborah. Enjoy the new Asus ZenBook. There we go, I remembered it. And here is Davisville Station. So we're going to ride the train up to Eglinton, and then we're going to go grocery shopping, and that'll be that. Are you serious? Says Vancouver says hi. The real man, yeah, I swear the same amount on live stream that I do in real life with people I know. I don't change that aspect of my personality. I don't know. So maybe Elton's just being himself. Maybe Elton hams it up. A lot of like YouTubers and stuff, they create an online persona. And I'm not smart enough or clever enough to do that. And I certainly couldn't stick to it. So you just kind of get me the way I am. So... Hey, if swearing worked, it would make sense to swear more. If it didn't work, it would make sense to cut it out. But I can't be bothered to filter that stuff. I just say it the way I say it. There are a few times where I almost say something unpolitical that's not very politically correct. And my filter catches it at the last second and I shut up. And it's like, thank you. If you said that, you would have been in trouble. Like, I'm a person. We all have those thoughts. I'll slip up one day. They will let Rogers buy Shaw's cable TV and internet division, but not their cellular division. Oh, Godwin, that is great news. Yeah, I checked him out once. The real man. I didn't really see the... Was it the... Our voices were supposed to be similar? I don't know.
Line 1, Squawk Finch.
I have enough YouTubers to follow. Pro voice sounds your age, me voice sounds younger. I just have one. Okay, so for the second time, you know you've been watching a long time when you're in Eglinton Station for the second. We went to Broadview Station twice on the stream. And now we're in Eglinton Station twice on the stream. So we're going to finish off by getting some groceries. How does that sound? Alex, who are you talking about? Pro voice is also not his nice white lady voice. A classic Elton swearing rant took place in your old hometown. Mama Lego lives in Toronto. Well, depending on where you live, I think I couldn't do what I do without the subway. Deborah says shopping. Yeah, shopping for groceries. And if you saw my apartment tour, you already know the kind of groceries I buy. There's nothing coming up. Sanjay in Kingston, $1.49. Thank you, Sanjay in Kingston, for the super chat. Thank you very much. Sanjay is also a moderator, so I appreciate your assistance there, Sanjay, or Godwin says Metro. Yeah, I don't. We have a Loblaws and we have a Farm Boy, but the Metro is more on the way. Not perfectly on the way, but it's kind of on the way. So it just makes sense. No, we all have more than one voice. You might not. I think I have subtle differences, but not anything drastic. Shopping, then bedtime for me, says Yogi. Bring your coupons. Oh man, the worst are those people that have coupons and then they try to use the self-checkout and then they try to pay with cash. It's like, go to the cashier. Do not use the self-checkout. You don't know what you're doing. How did you get out of bed in the morning? I can't be the only one that is frustrated when people use the self-checkout who clearly don't know what the F they're doing. Like, scan item, put in bag, scan item, put in bag. Oh, you have bananas, 4011. Put on scale, put in bag, scan item, put in bag. Press pay. How many bags? 3. Boom. Credit card. Boom. Tap card. Boom. Pick up bag and go. Like, this is not rocket science. Yet you see these people that just stand there and they spend hours at the self-check-in. Like, what are you doing? How did you get here in life? How did you get out of bed? You don't even know how to use this machine. It's mind-blowing. It, like, drives me nuts. Every time you go to use the self-checkout in the grocery store, there's always one clueless person who doesn't know what the hell they're doing. And you're, of course, always next in line just watching them. They're like, you know what? I bet the next machine's going to come free. I'm going to go in. I'm going to scan all this stuff. I'm going to pay, and I'm going to leave. And you're still going to be there. And sure enough, it always happens. It's just the alley cats self-checkouts aren't there. I think they are there. I just think not everyone should be allowed to use them. I think you should have to take a test. They should give you a set amount of items, and you should have to self-check yourself out. And if you do it, if the machine makes a mistake, that's cool. Like, the machine made a mistake here on me. One of my items wasn't in the machine, so there's nothing I could do. The lady had to come fix it because it wouldn't scan. But there should be like a timer, and if you can't self-check out within that timer, you don't get the pass. You have to use the cashier. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Produce always has these obscure codes. Yeah, that's kind of a thing, but you got to make sure that you have an item of that produce with the code visible. Devin says self-checkout license. Not a license, just a pass that lets you use the self-checkout. Lisa says the grass is greener. Yeah, but the grass is greener as well because those people that suck at self-checkout can go to the cashier. I don't know. Or the thing says, yeah, this is getting kind of CCP dystopian vibes, right? Maybe I should kill this idea. It's not a very good idea. It's a little too social credit score-esque, right? We'll just pretend that little rant didn't happen when I think about it. Baruch. Yeah, that's gonna happen. You know what? When I see people with their kids in the self-checkout, I calm down. I'm like, this is cool for those kids. They're learning. They're seeing how the world works. That's fine. When a mom has the kid like scan the item and they look at it together and like, that does not annoy me. I think that's awesome. It's when you just get the people that are like looking at their phone or just don't even know how to like pick up an item and scan it and put it in the bag. That's when I lose my shit and I start stewing because it's just like, how can you be that dumb? But look at this. Look at all the smoothies I'm buying. Loading up on the frozen smoothies. Oh, I was looking at the others.
Okay, Johnny, knock yourself out of Metro, but only if you send your nice weather to Yao. It is -16 C here tonight.
Cornish Coves, -16. -16, yikes. But thank you very much for the $5, Cornish Coves. Very, very much appreciated. But -16. I can't believe someone else out there wants our weather. You bought a frozen smoothie thing? I use a Ninja, but they haven't been on sale all winter. This is the first time those things have been on sale. So I've been buying like 2 bags at a time here. Now I'm buying some peanut butter. Get that all natural peanut butter. That stuff's normally $8 and now it's half price. That one I picked up was slimed. It was all goopy, so I put it back. We've got 6 bags of frozen fruit. We've got 2 all natural peanut butters, and I spotted a $1.99 cereal. I am not escaping the cereal aisle. Look at that, $1.99. Give me some honey bunches of oats. Hell yeah. $1.99. I think it has that BPH in it. There's like a warning on the ingredients, like this has something carcinogenic in it. I'm like, $1.99 shreddies. There we go. 6 frozen fruits for smoothies, 2 all-natural peanut butters, which go in the smoothies, and 2 boxes of cereal. I am well stocked on bananas. I've got a pile of green bananas behind me. It says smoothie on it, so curious as to what it is. It's just a mix of like blackberry, blueberry, raspberry, like smoothie stuff. The other one has like kale in it and pineapple. It's more of a tropical smoothie mix. Do you eat eggs? I don't eat eggs at home, but I eat them. Cereal is horrible for your health. It's fine. I eat a bowl of cereal like once every few days. It's not a big deal. Yogi could live on cereal. That's it. And now we're lining up in the supermarket. I said I was never going to record in the supermarket, but here we are. Recording in a supermarket. It's like, where do I point the camera? How to not be awkward? Don't point it right at someone. Don't point it right at someone. Because if they see you, then like, sorry, I'm just standing here pointing a camera at you. Like, what do you say? That's weird. You're probably not even allowed to film in here. The guy in front of me has one of those hardcore N95 masks. This lady's working the checkout. Beep. Oh, she paid. Can you cook eggs? Yeah, I can make a pretty mean omelet, actually. When I lived in Korea, I used to make omelets all the time. And scrambled eggs, but mostly omelets. I've noticed every other week, cereal goes on crazy sales. You'll always be able to get cereal for like $1.99 or $2.99. Then the next week, nothing. Like $4.99 will be the cheapest. And then the next week, it'll go back to cheap. So when it goes super cheap, just buy an extra box to cover you for that week when they're not on sale. Just something I've noticed with Metro. Do, 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 do. Raymond Dinkin, thanks for the good vibes. Hope to move.
Thanks for the good vibes. Hope to move back to old Toronto again. VMC was a mistake.
Hope to move back to old Toronto again. VMC was a mistake. Sorry you're regretting your choice, but thank you very much, Raymond Dinkin, for the $5. It is very much appreciated. All right, Johnny's time to shine. I end up cutting this out because the lady had to come help me. Because there's 2 different kinds of frozen fruit I was buying, and one of them wasn't in the system. Look at that. Scan that. Throw it in the bag. Get the next item. Scan that. Throw it in the bag. Get the next item. Scan it. Oh, what's this? Not in the system? Oh, I think I run into problems in a second here. What a weird camera view. I had no idea which way this camera was going to look at. Yeah, I'm running into trouble. This raspberry flavored smoothie was not there. And I put it in the bag and it's just like, sorry. So I'm like, I put the frozen fruit was not in the system. That was my little. And then the lady came over to help me because it wasn't even there. Like it didn't exist. The item. Like that's not my fault. That's some super. Look at that. The flashing light. It's like, come help this guy. This shit is not in there. So I'm like, oh no, I'm this ProStar self-checkout item. And now I'm just gonna. She noticed the camera. Yeah, so I turned the camera off. And we're out. She like looks right at my camera and I was like, let me just turn this off and put it in my pocket. Thank you, Cornish Coves. And there we go. We've been grocery shopping. I eat quite a bit of fruits and vegetables. Yeah, Bill, I don't normally film supermarkets, period, but hey, we went to a supermarket. Now we're going out the back entrance. I hate the Young Eglinton Center for doing this, but they locked the rear exit here. You can only exit. You can't come in from the other way. There's a couple having a coffee on the steps. Hey, why not? Not allowed to do it in the cafe. Everyone is critiquing your shopping choices. At Johnny Strides, I will never do this again. Review. Deborah, it happens. I had no choice though. The item wasn't actually in the system. I scanned it. It was like, item not found. I was like, what? Johnny, you cook. Can I cook? Yes. Do I cook? No. I don't cook. And we are now out of the northern end. And this live stream is coming to an end. There's only a couple of minutes left. And we're up to 362 viewers. So thank you guys for sticking with me on this very, very cold Friday night. I'm sorry I only did 2 live streams this week. One of them of the lazy variety. The other one semi-lazy because it was an outdoor stream, but I was literally walking to my neighborhood where I lived. But as long as it's this freezing cold, get used to it, I guess. I might turn down the frequency. I'm also kind of working on some other things, including a project which you'll find out about next month, I hope. When you buy beer, you self... Where do you have self-checkout beer? Where do you have that? And this is the bench where I started my Bangkok to Toronto video. Ta-da! I played the... this is the end screen for my Johnny Stumbles channel. That's why it says Johnny Strides on the bottom right. And you can't even see... How lazy was this effort? I just slapped support me on Patreon on the bottom left. I'm coming to take over the world. Yogi says, it's her bedtime. It's 3:11 where she is. But anyways, guys, thank you so much. It's been a blast. Thank you to everyone who has hung out with us and been good sports. Thank you to our mods for modding. Thank you to all the super chatters out there. Your support's been amazing. But this one is coming to an end. Hey, look, I accidentally pulled my green screen over, or this out of range for that. No, where are you going? Get over here. I want to just turn this off. Filters, chroma key. There we go. How's that? Anyways, guys, thank you so much. It's been fun. I'll stream again Sunday night on the Johnny Stumbles channel. Then probably Monday or Tuesday on this channel. Hopefully gimbal and camera in hand outdoors. But that's it. So have yourself a good night. Stay warm. Stay safe. And I will catch you on the next one. Yoink.